Hello and welcome to Z. In this episode, we are looking for the amazing life of buffalo. Stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon. Buffalo. There is just one species of buffalo in Africa, although it has four distinct subspecies: forest buffalo, West African savanna buffalo, Central African buffalo, and Southern savanna buffalo, also known as the Cape buffalo. Savanna buffaloes are enormous, giant beasts that resemble cows. Not only do they differ in size, but also in the shape and color of their horns. Adults are normally dark gray or black, but they may appear red or white if wallowing in that color muck, whereas young are often reddish-brown. The smaller forest buffalo retains its red color even as adults, although many savanna buffaloes in western Uganda are red or pale orange rather than black. Adults lose their hair as they age. Both males and females have ridged horns that grow straight out of the skull or bend downward and then up. The horns are great weapons against predators and are used by males in battles for herd supremacy. African buffaloes. Both the Cape or African buffalo and the Asian water buffalo are commonly referred to as buffalo. The biggest difference between these animals and the American buffalo is that the former has thick, silky fur while the latter has dark fur. The African buffalo is a huge African mammal that is also known as the Cape buffalo. The African buffalo is a massive African bovine that is indigenous to sub-Saharan Africa. Censurus cafeyer is the most frequent and largest subspecies found in southern and East Africa. S. c. nanus, the woodland buffalo, is found in Central and West African woods, while S. c. brachyceros lives in West Africa and S. c. equinoxialis lives in East African savannas. An adult African buffalo is distinguished by its horns, which have fused bases and create a continuous bone shield across the top of the head known as a boss. According to some estimates, it is one of the most destructive creatures on the African continent, goring, trampling, and murdering over 200 humans each year. African buffaloes have no antecedents and are only distantly related to other larger bovines. The African buffalo, unlike its Asian counterpart, the water buffalo, has never been domesticated due to its unpredictable disposition. Natural predators of mature African buffaloes include lions, hyenas, and huge crocodiles. As one of the big five species, the Cape buffalo is a treasured hunting trophy. Behaviors. Herds of buffalo can number in the thousands. They can live in herds of a few hundred, but during the wet season, thousands have been spotted congregating in the Serengeti. Congregating in vast herds is one of their many anti-predator adaptations. Large herds lessen the chances of any individual being attacked by lions. The majority of the herd consists of females and their offspring. Males may spend considerable time in bachelor groups. These groups are separated into two categories, those for boys aged 4 to 7 and those for boys aged 12 and up. Elder bulls often prefer to be alone. Buffaloes have weak hearing. Despite their poor vision and hearing, African buffaloes have a keen sense of smell. They also appear to have difficulty controlling body temperature, which explains why they consume primarily at night. The animals communicate, despite the fact that they are usually silent. During mating season, they grunt and emit harsh bellows, and a calf in danger will bellow mournfully, bringing herd members running at a gallop to defend it. Way of life and habits. African buffalo are active at all hours of the day and night. They are social animals who live in herds of related females and their offspring in a largely linear dominance pattern. The essential herds are surrounded by subherds of subordinate males, high-ranking males and females, and old or invalid animals. The young males keep a safe distance from the dominant bull, whose horns are distinguished by their thickness. During the dry season, males forsake the herd and form bachelor groups. There are two types of bachelor herds, those with males aged 4 to 7 years and those with males aged 12 or older. The younger bulls rejoin the herd during the wet season to mate with the ladies. They stay with them throughout the season to protect the calves. Males have a hierarchical dominant structure that varies according to age and size. Because a buffalo is safer in a larger herd, dominant males may rely on and tolerate inferior bulls' copulation. When a herd is pursued by predators, it stays together, making it difficult for the predators to pick off one member. The calves have congregated in the center. A buffalo herd responds to a distress call from a captive member and strives to rescue it. African buffalo create a wide range of sounds. They make low-pitched sounds to signal the herd to move. Leaders use gritty, creaking gait noises to signal the herd to change direction. When walking to a drinking establishment, some persons make lengthy maa calls up to 20 times per minute. When they are angry, they let out tremendous grunts that can last for a long time or morph into a rumbling growl. Cows make croaking sounds when looking for their calves. Calves make a similar higher-pitched cry when in distress. When threatened by predators, they let out extended wah sounds. While grazing, they emit a range of sounds, including brief bellows, grunts, honks, and croaks. Mating habits. African buffalo males and females are polygynandrous, promiscuous, which means they mate with multiple partners. They only mate and reproduce during the wet season. Mating takes place later in the season than birth. In the herd/subherd, a dominant bull protects a mate-ready cow and keeps other bulls at bay. This is difficult since cows are extremely elusive and attract a big number of males to the scenario. On average, cows reproduce every 2 years. They have a single calf after an 11.5-month gestation period. Before joining the main herd, young calves are hidden in foliage and nursed on occasion by their mothers for the first few weeks. Older calves are kept in the herd center for their own safety. Calves are typically weaned at 9 or 10 months of age. The maternal bond between mother and child is stronger in most bovids. When a new calf is born, bonding stops, and the mother employs horn jabs to keep her previous offspring at bay. Nonetheless, the yearling will stay with its mother for at least another year. Males leave their mothers when they are 2 years old and join bachelor groups. Between the ages of 1 and 2 years, African buffalo calves are often self-sufficient. Females start breeding when they are 5 years old. Between the ages of 4 and 6 years, males enter reproductive maturity. Information about buffalo. 1. Twins are rare in buffalo. 2. Buffalo kill more hunters than any other species. 3. African buffalo will frequently kneel down and rub their necks and heads on the ground to display dominance. 4. Buffaloes are enormous, growing to reach 6.8 to 11 feet long. 5. The African buffalo and several African birds, notably the oxpecker, have a symbiotic relationship. They are commonly seen eating buffalo insects and warning buffalo of approaching danger. 6. The African buffalo and several African birds, notably the oxpecker, have a symbiotic relationship. They are commonly seen eating buffalo insects and warning buffalo of approaching danger. 7. The tongues of buffaloes are velvety. 8. Buffalo have been known to hunt on lions. 9. Cape buffalo are 4 times larger than oxen. 10. The African or Cape buffalo is distinct from the somewhat larger Asian wild water buffalo. The Cape buffalo is the largest of the subspecies found in South and East Africa. This is all for now. Thank you for being with us.